Hey y'all, it's Ember Thompson over here at Mike Mazik Realty, and today I wanted to talk to those of you who are considering selling your home in the next 12 months and you're going to be interviewing a real estate agent. So our team has sold over 4,000 homes all over the DFW Metroplex. I myself have been in the business for several years, and so today I wanted to kind of talk to you guys from the perspective of if I were interviewing a real estate agent, having had the behind the scenes experience that I do, what are some questions that I would want to ask from that viewpoint? So before I get into all of that today, if you have questions about selling your home, or maybe you want our help to sell your home, you can go ahead and go to emberhasoptions.com. That's going to give you all the information you need to know about what our team does and how I can help you to get your house sold. So with that, we'll jump right on into it. So the first question that I will have for an agent when I meet with them as a seller is going to be their stats. So this should be pretty self-explanatory, but basically you want to know how many homes are they selling, what's the average sales price for them. An important one to ask also is what is the average list price to sale price ratio. So for every dollar they ask in the listing price, how much of that dollar did they actually get at the closing table? That's going to tell you how good of a negotiator the agent is. Then, there's all kinds of stats. Tons and tons of numbers. Any good agent that knows their business backwards and forwards is going to have that for you in writing and be able to talk to you about that in a listing appointment. So the next question that I would have for them is, are they full-time or are they part-time? It sounds like a no-brainer, but you would be amazed. It's become a huge issue within our industry. We have a lot of part-time agents who just don't have the time and resources available to give the same level of service. So you definitely want to make sure that the agent that you're working with is someone who's in the business full-time. And by full-time, you also need to clarify with them, are you full-time in real estate? And are you not full-time in something else? Because sometimes, they may be full-time in real estate, yeah, but if they're also full-time in 2 other companies they're running, are they going to have the time available to give you the service that you are looking for? So definitely need to know, are they serious about this job? Are they all in this career? Are they full-time or are they part-time? The next thing that I would ask is, how much money are they spending to market their listings? So the thing you want to also take into consideration, remember we talked about numbers, and so what you're going to do when you start talking about marketing dollars is you're going to think, okay, well, if they say their marketing is, they're carrying 30 listings that are active right now, but their marketing budget is $500 a month, something doesn't quite add up there. You really want to know, how much are they actually going to spend per month to market your property, because that's how we get it sold. We generate demand and we sell the property. That takes money. How much money are they spending on these listings? So that's that. The next question you can ask them is about media. This has become more and more important as the time has gone on because technology is evolving. Buyers are finding their home on the internet, and we know that and see that definitively in our industry stats. And so you want to know, what is their marketing? Are you going to get their assistant to come through your home and take pictures on their iPhone, or are they going to have a professional photographer? If they have a professional photographer, are those photos going to be edited? Are they going to look nice and finished out? Another thing that's become a huge deal is 3D imaging. So as you guys know, DFW has become a hotspot for out-of-state relocation buyers, right? Because more and more companies are moving their headquarters and their offices to Dallas, Fort Worth. And so we have tons and tons of buyers who are looking from all over the country, and they're going to be moving here. And with a 3D technology, they're able to literally have the home in the palm of their hand and essentially walk through it as a virtual reality tour, not a video tour, but an actual 3D virtual reality. That technology, the most popular vendor for that is called Matterport. That technology is expensive. Those cameras are very expensive. They're not cheap, and a lot of agents do not offer that. So that's something you want to ask. If you're selling your home, you're like, hey, out-of-state buyers are a huge part of the market here. What do you do specifically with 3D to get my home sold? And then another thing you can also ask them is about drones. So drone photography, drone videography is something that can be an incredibly powerful tool to get a home sold. It's not right for every property, but it's something that you want to know, do they offer that? And if they do offer drone photography, drone videography, 3D imaging, all of that stuff, is there an additional charge for that? So, and do you need to pay that charge up front, or is that something that is just part of the process? These are questions that I would want to know. They're super important, and you're definitely going to want to know those. So also, number 5 question that I would be asking, and this is probably one of the most important ones, is, if you're say you're sitting at the kitchen table, right, and you're talking to this agent, you're interviewing them for the job, and I would literally look at them across the table, look them in their eye, and say, right now, if somebody called in on one of your listings, who's going to answer the phone? We know as an industry that, and in our culture, that people want instant gratification. We know that if a buyer calls about a listing and they're interested in it and they don't get an immediate response, they're moving on to the next house. They're likely to never call again, and we are likely to never be able to get them on the phone, even if we attempt to call them back aggressively. So it's so important that they have a plan for who is going to answer the phone when they are not available. My phones are answered 24/7. If someone calls about my listing, whether I'm sitting at a table with another client or I'm sleeping in my bed because it's 2 a.m, somebody's going to answer that phone, and it's a live trained individual who's ready to give them the answers that they need about the property and secure a contract. So you need to ask them, who is going to answer your phone when you are busy or you're asleep, because you're not a robot. The next question that I would ask them is the average sales price. So this is kind of important just to gauge their motivation and how well that they're going to serve you and how aggressively they're going to do their job to get to get your home sold. So say their average home price that they sell is $500,000, right? And your home is $250,000, $275,000. What you need to ask yourself is, are you going to be top priority to this agent when, frankly, they're getting paid about half the money that they normally do on the same transaction? So that's something that you need to ask them. Do you want to be below where their average is, or do you kind of want to be even with it, maybe a little bit above in terms of the sales price of your home? It's an important question to ask. Last but not least, the most important and most crucial question that you absolutely must ask is, what is your cancellation policy? So even if you screwed it up on all the other points, this is the point that's going to save you, right? If you hire an agent and 30 days into the process, they're not picking up their phone, they're not performing, things are not going well, how do you go about getting out of that contract? Can you get out of that contract? And if you can, is there a cancellation fee? Are you able to put it back on the market if you cancel it? Or, can you list it with someone else? So important. And I will tell you, as far as my listings, when we do this, all of our contracts state that actually myself or you can cancel the listing at any time at no charge. I do this because I believe that if you are working with me, I want you to want to be here. No one likes to be trapped. I'm not in the business to trap people. I'm in this business to serve people and to do it well. And so for that reason, if you hire me and you feel like I'm just not doing the right job, you can cancel your contract at any time with no cost to you, and you are able to relist it without any penalty. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that this is helpful. If you have questions about how our programs work, or maybe you need help selling your home, or you'd like to schedule an interview with me to sell your home, I would be happy to talk to you about how I can set myself miles ahead of every single one of my competitors. You can find out more information about that at emberhasoptions.com, and I'll be happy to connect with you. Thank you so much.